Dan Ashworth's move to Manchester United has just been confirmed. Remember, United moved for Ashworth, I think, 3 months ago, and that there have been a standoff between Manchester United and Newcastle regarding the compensation fee, whereby Newcastle wanted 20 million to let Ashworth join Manchester United, but United, under their new management, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, the Ineos, they were reluctant of paying that amount of money for Dan Ashworth, who joined Newcastle in June 2022 on a deal worth 4 million from Brighton. United offered 2 million, Newcastle refused, and because Dan Ashworth was interested and accepted Manchester United, he was placed in a gardening leave. But news just coming in today is that the deal has finally been struck, and I think according to Sky Sports News, the fee is a fraction of what Newcastle needed. That means Dan Ashworth will start his new role, the sporting director at Manchester United, with immediate effect. I think the Manchester United rebuild is scary, and it's getting stronger and stronger day by day. And I think looking at the current leadership at Manchester United, when you compare the new leadership at Manchester United, the previous leadership, I think there's a bit of change, a big change, because as we know, the board consists of Sir Alex Ferguson, and the new incoming board also consists of Dave Brailsford and Jean-Claude Blanc. Those are two great names, and I think you guys will know them. We are going to discuss one after the other. So at the moment, United, remember, they are owned by two groups: the Glazers family and the Ineos. But I think the Ineos are the one that are concentrating on the football part of Manchester United, and that means they'll be responsible for everything concerning Manchester United as far as football is concerned. And looking at the current hierarchy, the current leadership at Manchester United, as I said earlier, in board I will be having Jean-Claude Blanc as the board member, also Dave Brailsford as the new board member. I think we know Jean-Claude Blanc a lot because he is the former CEO of Juventus and also the former marketing executive of PSG, and is currently the CEO of Ineos. And remember, Ineos are the one owning Manchester, the co-owners of Manchester United. So the incoming, or rather the acquisition of Manchester United by Ineos, I think it can turn out to be a good deal for Manchester United. Remember, most of the fans wanted Qatar, that is the Qatar owners, but Qatar owners, they wanted a full takeover, but I think Glazers were reluctant of letting Manchester United go like that, and they agreed with Sir Jim Ratcliffe of the Ineos to have a part of Manchester United, and that is the Ineos. And now the CEO of Ineos is Jean-Claude Blanc, the former PSG's marketing executive director, and also the former CEO of Juventus Football Club. And we all know Juventus under Jean-Claude Blanc, where they were, how they were, and how progressive and positive they were in terms of football. So having Jean-Claude Blanc as a board member, is experienced enough, and he has a lot of staffs he can bring in at Manchester United. So I think it's a win situation for Manchester United to have Jean-Claude Blanc as one of the board members. Another owner is another new board member, rather, is Dave Brailsford. Remember, he's also part of the Ineos when they came in. So I think when Ineos came in at Manchester United, Sir Jim Ratcliffe came with Jean-Claude Blanc and also Dave Brailsford. So we have a new, United have a new co-owner in the name of Sir Jim Ratcliffe, and they have two new board members, that is Jean-Claude Blanc and Dave Brailsford, as far as United are concerned. So quick, let's look at the new hierarchy of Manchester United. As I said, the new co-owner is Sir Jim Ratcliffe. Remember, they are also owning Nice, that is the French Ligue 1 team. Jean-Claude Blanc as the new board member, also Dave Brailsford as the new board member. Omar Berrada as the new CEO. Remember, Omar Berrada is a former chief of football operations. Yeah, Omar Berrada is a former chief of football operation at City Football Group. Remember, City Football Group consists of many clubs, including Manchester City, Troyes, Girona, and so on and so on. So I think having Omar Berrada as the new CEO of Manchester United, I think it's going to be one of the best decisions that Ineos made. And I think Omar Berrada and Dan Ashworth was the first appointee of the Ineos. Just to let you know, Omar Berrada is one of the brains behind the success at Manchester City, and his move from Manchester City to Manchester United will be a step ahead, or a step forward for Manchester United. Dan Ashworth is coming in as the new sporting director, and also Jason Wilcox is coming in as the new technical director. Remember, last week United made moves, and they are bringing in 2 new assistant coaches. Remember, they confirmed that Erik ten Hag will remain as United's manager, and they are now in talks to extend his contract as the United manager. And with that, they'll be bringing 2 new coaches, and Ruud van Nistelrooy, the former Manchester United striker and the former PSV manager, is coming in as a new assistant coach, and also Rene Hake, the former Go Ahead Eagles manager, is also coming on in as the new assistant coach. So Ineos so far have done a great work in terms of improving Manchester United and rebuilding United. And also last month United confirmed that they have started a project to improve Carrington. The 50 million Carrington project is going on, and to improve Carrington in terms of a new technology and modern stuff that can help players and the staff to improve a lot, because United, they've been so poor since Sir Alex retired. United have been so poor, and they need to be back to where they were, and that means it needs to start from scratch. And I think rebuilding United is the most good option than just renovating it. So guys, where I want to emphasize on is Dan Ashworth signing. Why was United so much interested in him? Who is he? Where has he worked before, and what can he bring to Manchester United? So Dan Ashworth, as I said, is coming in as the new sporting director for Manchester United. He is a man who has experience, as he has worked at Newcastle and also at Brighton. So let's have a look at his work at Brighton and Hove Albion. When he was then a sporting director at Brighton, he signed some players, which is Moses Caicedo, Marco Corella, Leandro Trossard, Alexis McAllister, Karim Mutoma, and Darren Lamptey. I think these players, I know we know them because they've been superior for Brighton, because at the moment Caicedo moved to Chelsea, Cucurella moved to Chelsea, Leandro Trossard moved to Arsenal, Alexis McAllister moved to Liverpool. So this tells you a lot about Dan Ashworth, because his signings at Brighton at the moment, 4 of them are playing for Premier League heavyweights: Chelsea, Arsenal, and Liverpool. And also, so we know Mitoma is a very great winger, and also Lamptey is a very good right back. So his signings for Brighton were top notch and brilliant. And I think his vision and how he managed to sign them on a lower fee is also one of the key features United will be needing, because they've been fond of buying players at a very higher fee. At Newcastle, I remember Ashworth moved from Brighton to Newcastle in a £4 million deal in June 2022, and since then at Newcastle, there's some names that he has signed for Newcastle, notably Alexander Isak, Sandro Tonali, Anthony Gordon, Harvey Barnes, Botman, and Tino Livramento. I think we know these are the players who are responsible for Newcastle United's rise in form lately, and also appointing manager that is now one of the best one as far as EPL are concerned. And Isak, we know Isak, he's been good for Newcastle, scoring goals, though he struggled with injury, but he's good. Tonali, leave alone his ban, he's a very good midfielder, and he proved a good addition for Newcastle. And Tony Gordon, perfect, he's earned his place at England national team, and now is now representing England at the Euros. Barnes as well, still good addition for Newcastle from Lily sister. Also Botman, one of the best defenders for Newcastle, and also Tino Livramento, the young defender signed from Southampton, the former Chelsea defender. I think best signings, top-notch signing, and I think most of them are hits and no misses as far as I'm concerned. So once again, this is what I'm saying. Why were United much more into Dan Ashworth? Because his record speaks for himself. He doesn't need to speak, because his records will always speak for him wherever he moves. So I think this is why, even though Newcastle were proving difficult to letting him go, United were prepared to wait for 9 months for him to come in. So I expect a different approach for Manchester United this summer as far as transfer incomings and outgoings are concerned, because we know Manchester United, they always sign players at the last 3 to 4 weeks, and they always have panic buys, and they are always buying players at overpriced fee, and so on and so on. This is what has been going on at Manchester United, not giving the manager what he wants. So appointment of Dan Ashworth, the appointment of Jason Wilcox, the appointment of Omar Berrada will help United, as they'll be working hand to hand with Erik ten Hag, Ruud van Nistelrooy, Rene Hake, and also David Bresfold, Jean-Claude Blanc, and the owner, that is Sir Jim Ratcliffe, in making sure that Manchester United turn back to where they were 10 years ago. Because since 2011-2012, United have not won the Premier League. Remember, United are one of the biggest club in the world, and they need to be back out at their feet, performing, challenging for the title, and so on. I think United have won the FA, they've won the Carabao Cup, they've won the Europa League in that period, but they've not won the Premier League. But I think the Premier League is one of the biggest trophies in the world, behind the Champions League. United, as I said, now Dan Ashworth has been confirmed. I think United fans are now happy, because I think the appointment of, or the confirmation of appointment of Dan Ashworth will now be the door. Now we can now start seeing the incomings and outgoings at Manchester United, because the hierarchy is complete, and now what's remaining is the new signings and also the outgoings. Talking about transfers, incomings and outgoing at Manchester United, remember they need to be in line with the FFP, the financial fair play rules, for them to be able to sign out of players, and that means they need to sell some players if they are to buy 4 or 5 players. That means there'll be outgoings as well, as far as they are concerned. And remember, United have been linked with several players, and I think they are close in signing the Ligt from Bayern Munich. Remember, they might opt to sign the Ligt instead of Jaran Brentwaite, because Everton's valuation and their own valuation doesn't match. United value him at around 40 to 50 million, but Everton value him at around 60 to 80 million. So I think that is where it's going to be a lockhead, and United are prepared to walk away with the deal, and they'll be moving to sign Matthijs de Ligt, the former Juventus, Ajax, and the current Bayern Munich defender who is available on the market, because Bayern Munich are open to letting him go. Other transfers, other players being linked, strongly linked to United are Joshua Zirkzee, the Bologna wing, and the Dutch forward, and also Manuel Ugarte, the Uruguayan defensive midfielder who is currently playing for PSG, also being linked to the move to United. Also, we know João Neves of Portugal also being linked with Manchester United, and so on and so on. Many players have been linked with United the past 3 months, and now that Down Ashworth's appointment has been confirmed, I think we are going to see movements in and out Manchester United starting from this week. So guys, that's it from us, HW Sports 90. And remember, yesterday England managed to qualify against Slovakia, and also Spain qualified against Georgia. That means we have quarterfinals there with us. We have Italy versus England, and we have Switzerland versus England, and we have Spain versus Germany as our first two set of quarterfinals that's set to be played. Today, I think we have France playing Portugal, and we have France playing Belgium, and Portugal playing they're playing Slovenia, and it's going to be a good match. I think Portugal and Slovenia, I think Portugal are the favorites, but France and Belgium, two teams who have not been at their best in this year's Euro, and they need to be at the best for them to be able to qualify one of them. And I think France and Belgium, one of the tough games so far, being compared to Italy and Switzerland. I think this is also one of the tough matches of these Euros round of 16. But for Portugal, I think they have the quality to knock out Slovenia, but never underrate any team. England yesterday, they almost knocked out by Slovakia, but somehow Jude Bellingham and Harry Kane scored 2 goals, and England are now in quarterfinals. Thanks guys for watching. Thanks for being here, and also always thanks for having your time watching us. Always like, share, and subscribe, because there'll be more videos coming in as far as transfers and also Euro are concerned.